Dude, I don't know about you. I've been having such a hard time with the gym lately. Dude, going in the summer is potentially the worst thing known to man. Do you feel that? Where, like, there's a billion people there. And I'm still a Planet Fitness guy for, I know that's a little frowned upon, but...
This is one of the magic aspects of having a podcast now, is over the summer... as vacations happen and barbecues go down, I've been able to chronologically watch my body just fall apart week by week.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm skipping the gym. Dude, you just can't go every day in the summer.
No.
And there's been days where I've I've seen some of the people that are lifting the weights that I'm trying to lift, and I just am like, nah. And I just go home. I prefer the mashed potato build. I'm good.
I took before photos at the beginning of summer, and
it's dangerous business.
I think, the after photos are going to be looking worse than the before. So that's
before and before.
Have you seen the Alex Jones one where it's just him forward and then him all the way back, and they're like, nothing changed. He just took a step back. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are we live?
We're live.
We're live. Okay.
Welcome back to the pod you're looking for, everybody. I'm Sam, and this is Josh.
We have something new every week.
Something new every dude. This is going to be the biggest pod we've ever done.
Really?
I'm confident. I'm very confident. And
is there something I'm missing?
I think there was fear. There was fear. I think that we both had. There was fear that we had where once the movies died down, the podcast would die down. I'm here to tell you, no.
No. Emphatically, no.
Put the hand up. No. We're here. We're here and we're ready. And we have an episode. This could potentially be a two-parter. We have a lot going on.
I will say, I think having these movies is great, but I think it feels like we have to be very structured, and I feel like I really want to get my piece out. Whereas I think it's a little nicer when we're doing this. We can kind of just let it fly a little more. We do have some news this week, dude.
Some news.
We do have a lot of news.
Oh my
God. Yeah, my fault.
I'm gonna sit up crisscross applesauce for this. Which I don't know if. Do you sit? Do men should men let me ask you something. Let me ask you this: should men sit crisscross applesauce if they're wearing short shorts?
Always. That's the only time to sit crisscross applesauce.
You wait to sit crisscross applesauce until you have the short shorts on.
Yeah, it's intentional. It's a move.
Okay, because I was under the understanding that it would be the opposite.
No.
I
think you're only doing that pose if you're ready to.
You're robbed of the opportunity to sit crisscross Hello? Crisscross applesauce. If you have the short shorts on. That's what I thought. No, but we're sitting up straight for this.
Of course.
We have a lot to discuss.
Of course.
And I want you to lead the way here.
Okay. There's a lot of Marvel stuff coming out. A few weeks ago, we already touched on a little bit. Kevin Feige came out and had a lot of interesting things to say. But following that, the first thing I wanted to talk about, dude, was we did just get confirmed that there is now an untitled Marvel film set for a date in between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
I know.
What's the actual date? You got it?
No. I think it was was it November? I think it was November of...
You serious?
No, not this November. Like in between, after Doomsday.
Like right after? Or when is Doomsday?
Wait.
Are we a movie podcast?
I don't...
Let me look this up.
It's for July 23rd, 2027. So it's in between still.
What's Spider-Man? Isn't it like 2 weeks before?
26. It's the 20 because it's 2026. So we'll be getting now. That would mean
27. I'm slow.
Spider-Man 2026 in July.
Okay.
Then we'll jump to December. We'll do Doomsday.
Okay.
Jump to the summer. Untitled Marvel film. December Secret Wars.
I like it.
So that's what we've got. What do you think that movie's gonna be?
I would love for it to be one of the ones that we discussed a couple weeks ago when we were talking about like the blueprint for Doomsday, which already with all the leaks we're wrong about. So nobody go back to the Doomsday episode. that's our lost episode.
We're done.
Nobody go back. I was hoping it would be like a Thor 5 or a Strange 3 or some sort of a cosmic lead-in.
Yep.
Because I think that we've established the street level stuff between Daredevil and Spider-Man and Thunderbolts, and then we've established what would you call it? They're not cosmic. The Fantastic Four. What would they be? They would be like whatever Cap is, where it's like advanced humans or whatever. They've established that sphere of the Marvel universe now, like that new group, kind of like a mutation, but they're not mutants.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like a metahuman kind of thing.
You haven't touched the cosmic thing since like Love and Thunder. So I say go to that.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a Thor 5 or a Strange 3.
Yep.
Not that I even think they would be good.
No, but I think it could help fill in the gaps.
Right.
Which is good. I had 3 things written down too, and I'm glad we were in the same page. I had Thor 5. I also had Strange 3. And I think, again, those are the 2 main ones. I also wouldn't be surprised to hear, because I know we've gotten some updates from Ryan Coogler as well, Black Panther 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they went to. Now, I don't think it fits in with the timeline.
No.
But it would make sense from a release date perspective with the amount of work that seems to have already been done for that movie. Again, I don't think that's the one. That'd be like a dark horse in this, but...
A couple months ago, didn't Denzel, like, leak that he was, like, a huge character in Black Panther 3?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he say, like, yeah, we're shooting that soon or something? And everyone was like, oh,
did he
don't
say
say that. And then, like, we haven't... I don't think anybody's seen or heard from Denzel and since then.
They took him. They got him.
Denzel is in a cell somewhere rotting.
Definitely not.
Somebody save him.
Black Panther 3. I am leaning toward, I think it's going to be Thor 5, if I had to guess.
And you think that's like a Hercules thing, or you think they scrapped that?
No, I think they scrapped that. I think that's one of those things that just never comes
Please
back.
scrap that.
Which I'm glad to see them do.
So what do you think they do?
I
Taika Waititi
think-
is gone with the wind.
Never. He's over to Star Wars, ready to
Get on out.
blow into the mic.
Get on out.
I just think the way that Chris Hemsworth's been talking, I feel like they're trying to wrap that story up quick. Oh,
You want to touch on that? Because that was something interesting.
what's that?
A couple weeks ago, you brought to the table in Galactic Transmissions that Chris Hemsworth put out the video about how it's been an honor to play Thor, the honor of my life. And then, this week, breaking news, Chris Hemsworth says he's in his prime to play Thor, and he could play him for 20 more years.
That. I did see that. Do you think that's a curveball, though? I don't think you'd say that. That's like
I don't know, because I just feel like, knowing Marvel, like, I don't know if he would say anything. I would say Marvel would tell him to shut up.
Do you think that's one of those things with the teases of like a reboot, like a soft reboot? You think it's one of those things where he's like, I kind of want to protect my job here, like a little signaling to them to like, if you're gonna soft reboot this thing, I will stay in this character.
Well, I think unfortunately Chris Hemsworth suffers from the same issue as Chris Evans, where it's this amazing actor in this iconic role that, for whatever reason, can't find enormous success elsewhere. You could make the argument that Chris Evans has had an occasional thing with The Materialists that just came out with Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal, and then you have Knives Out, right? The murder mystery with Ryan Johnson. And then you even have, like, what's that movie, Snowpiercer or whatever? There was some sort of a thriller or a drama or something like that he was in a couple years. But there's really been no big break for Chris Evans outside of this.
This is it.
To the point where he returned as Human Torch. So, and I think he even articulated, like, I regret leaving because I miss my buddies. I think he said that recently. So I think Chris Hemsworth knows he would probably struggle with the same issue. I mean, he's a very marketable name that just, like, people can't not see him as Thor.
Yeah. And again, we've talked about that a bunch of times already, but it does make me so upset sometimes when these actors are so willing to leave Marvel.
Yeah,
and
I think they're invincible.
Yeah, you got put on the map because of Marvel.
Right.
We didn't really know you to the extent that you were known already at the time. So,
right.
And that kind of ties in with, do you see the report that they're looking to cast the X-Men soon? And that they're looking to target young talent with maybe less of a name over the A-list talent.
I did see that.
What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is that's the best route they could take. I think even if I believe it's more of a thing where Marvel's probably trying to save some cash here because they've had some financial losses with some of these projects. It does make sense. I think just from the standpoint of going back to your roots of taking unknowns and making them famous here, you don't want to pay Daniel Radcliffe $80 million every X-Men movie just because he's a big name and you want him to be Wolverine, like when you could go find some other hairy, short guy and give him the role, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he'll take it for $100,000. So I think it's great. Now I would in the case of like Professor X and Magneto, I would still have them be big names. Or at least B-list actors.
So you have something, yeah.
So there's some sort of a marketability past the name. But I wouldn't go full. I'm glad they're not going full-fledged big name cast because, as we've seen with the Fantastic Four, clearly that doesn't make a difference.
No, I don't think so.
They probably paid just as much for the 4 actors as they got worldwide financially in return for the movie itself. So, like, it's not always worth it. You know what I mean? To get Pedro Pascal or whatever, like the big names.
Yeah. I'd almost always say in all the cases of the actors in the MCU that the MCU helped them more than they helped the MCU, if that makes sense.
It does.
In putting them on the map.
Yeah.
I just think it's good that they're starting to move away from that. Again, Doomsday is going to be... I don't even want to think about how much that budget's going to be just paying actors alone.
Didn't they say it was like $2 billion or something like that, or $1 billion?
It's crazy. So you just can't keep up at that rate. And I think allowing for younger actors like that allows them to sign them to a longer-term contract.
Right.
And just to be able to have an actual mapping out of this. We're not worried about are they going to be able to be here. We kind of know that if we're doing a soft reboot, these are the people going forward, and like this is the people to get invested in for the next 10 years, hopefully.
Yeah. And if you go with a younger, unknown crowd like that, it's not the case of like Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth, or more Chris Hemsworth, where at the time you're signing him onto Thor and you're saying, I know this is a risk. There's no promise that this universe is going to work out. But if you sign on for 4 films, hopefully it works out. Hopefully this doesn't, hit the fan like the DCEU did. Whereas now, if you were to bring in that young cast, you're having people that likely grew up with the MCU that would be bought in because they're actually fans of the material.
And they know there's something concrete here.
Right. So there's an emotional desire to be a part of this universe that maybe wasn't there with the original unknowns that took on the risk of a universe that hadn't been built out yet. So I just think all across the board, it's a great idea. Again, keep your major people like Professor X, your Magnetos, who are the older, more jaded characters with more depth. Keep them the well-known actors so that you have something to market the movie on. But otherwise, I would absolutely keep that cast young and allow us to fall in love with them just because of their performances, rather than it's so and so playing whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I know for a while too, it'd feel like every other day you'd see Taylor Swift as being eyed to play a big role in Marvel or this or that. And that's besides the point of who it is.
What was she almost in? What project was she almost in?
I don't remember. Was it? It
was one of the.
This was like a couple years ago.
It
right?
was like in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
She was almost like a female. Well, of course it was a female, but it was almost like a.
I don't remember.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes,
she was almost
that she was going to be the
Lady Deadpool or whatever. Yeah,
Lady Deadpool. Yep. Anyway, but again, it's the same thing they did with Superman, David Corn Sweat. I mean, like now they have him signed. I think they said 3 more movies that he's at least guaranteed for now.
I think so. Yep.
It's just a good move.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess my question is, not to drag that on longer than we need to talk about it, because there's so much more to get to, but like in the topic of that, like Joseph Quinn, for example, he was in Stranger Things. But like, and he's about to be one of the Beatles in the Beatles biopic. But really, otherwise, Joseph Quinn's not known by everybody until now. Mm-hmm. So there's a part of me that wonders, even with Marvel seeking a younger, unknown cast, like, I wonder if that means totally unknown, like this is their first role, or if it's more like the Joseph Quinns, where it's like very niche audiences. I don't know. Like, not to put you on the spot, but is there a casting that you could think of, like who would be like your dream, like Cyclops? Like, if it had to be like a known, but like not universally.
Gotcha. That's a good point.
Is there somebody that comes to mind?
Yeah, almost somebody that has like one project under their belt that like enough people might know their name that maybe could attract an audience, but like
bring in the niche audiences. Yeah. If you liked Jacob Elordi in this, see him as Cyclops or something.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, similarly with Joseph Quinn, not to keep going from the same thing, but they mentioned, and I'm drawing a blank on his actual name, but Lucas I know that he's been teased for a while as like a fan cast for really? Miles.
Oh, that would be cool.
You seen that?
I wonder how that would work, because you've got like the interesting dynamic with Miles where his dad is black and his mom is Latino,
right.
So you kind of almost
want a little more of a mix.
To do your due diligence, you would want to find an actor that has that balance, and I, off the top of my head, can't think of a young actor like in that age range that would fit that description, so I almost feel like it would have to be totally a fresh introducing this guy fresh out of film school as Miles Morales, and everyone would be like, what? And it'd be like the same reaction like Heath Ledger got to Joker, and then like it worked out, you know what I mean? But yeah, that one would be interesting, but that would be a cool.
Or we could do like Jaden Smith. Right?
I think we are sitting on a missed opportunity here.
Bro. Every second that passes is another second where Jaden Smith is not Miles Morales. All right, keep moving. I'm sorry, I hold you up.
No. I also, speaking of Chris Evans, did you see there's been a bunch of stuff coming out with Star Wars too, which I'm having a hard time I'm really trying to muster up the energy to care.
Is that what the shirt's for?
So that's why I have the shirt on today. I'm trying to
stand for business.
Yeah,
stand on
I'm
business?
trying to get it out a little more. And he's been eyed for a role in Star Wars.
Okay.
How do you
Eyed or he wants to be in it?
yeah, both. The mutual interest in a role in Star Wars.
Would it be Starfighter?
And I don't know. I didn't see what it was for. I think it's just people speculating. Anyway, I'm here for it.
Dude, I would
Why
love
not?
to see. I would love to see Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling in something together.
Dude.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I think that's Star Wars has the flipped problem now. I think that's what would get me back in.
yes, big names.
Big names
Dude,
joining it.
That's an
Amazing take. That's such a good take.
for whatever reason, I can't put my finger on it. I think
At least somebody.
rather than being like, oh, it's the first Star Wars actor to come from Mars, it's like, no.
And maybe that's like a take that most people would hate, but like I need something at this point.
Throw me a bone.
Yeah, when you've got like a dying thing that you've got, like you got to put some juice into it, right?
Right. And I would much rather them just like speed run this whole repair Star Wars process.
Yeah.
Cast Chris Evans in a lead role, have us all come back and be like, where were you when Chris Evans saved Star Wars? As opposed to be like, remember when Star Wars insisted on casting no names, and on the 85th swing when only 10 fans remained, they struck gold, and you know what I mean? Like, I would rather come back with a big spectacle rather than accidentally stumble upon a project from Star Wars 30 years from now and be like, oh, that's not actually that bad. Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go watch the movies again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
something like that.
I would rather you pull me back in now, and the only way you could do that is with, like, Chris Evans.
I'm going to kind of put you on the spot with this. I was thinking through this in my own head. I always enjoyed relating DC, Marvel, and Star Wars in terms of actors who have played in two of them. Are there any actors who have done all three franchises? I know Star Wars is usually the hard one. But, like, I was thinking of, like, Rosario Dawson being Ahsoka, and she's also in Daredevil, so, like, she's got something. Like, I know there's multiple people. But with Chris Evans potentially going from Marvel to Star Wars, I was just interested in thinking about that.
Is this a thing you wanted me to guess if there was, or
No, I'm
curious?
just genuinely curious.
Let's see. Has any actor or actress
Sometimes you just gotta
ever
pull up Google.
appeared in DC, Marvel, and Star Wars?
Let's see.
Find out.
Do you know what I'm saying, though? Isn't that... It's like a... Or maybe...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who?
Well, Natalie Portman. I guess she was Padme in Star Wars, of course. Jane Foster in the MCU, and Evie in V for Vendetta, which evidently is a DC movie. I must not be cultured.
Oh...
I don't know.
I didn't
I've
know
never
that.
seen V for Vendetta.
I haven't
not
either.
gonna lie.
I haven't either, so I have no idea. That's... I didn't even know that was a... Okay.
Ben Mendelsohn, director Krennic in Rogue One, Talos, the Skrull in Captain Marvel.
Oh, my favorite.
John Daggett in The
Dark Knight Rises. Remember the guy that Bane is like, do you feel in charge?
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. Well,
And
see,
then-
that's what I was...
And then you have like Ben Affleck, like Daredevil, and
Yeah.
I think you said that one.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that was
There you
that
go.
was
The
really
more you know.
random. Okay. The biggest thing we need to talk about, and I've been ignoring it. Sometimes you got to save the best for last, right?
Yes, of course.
Spider-Man: Brand New Day is taking over the world. You need to sit up for that.
sitting straight up.
It's and I'll put a caution out. If you've been on social media at all, you already know this. It is everywhere. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to see it, you got to stay off.
For the next year.
Yeah, next year. Well, at least while they're heavily filming right now. Like,
Did you see there were so many set photos of that one street chase
Yes, I
that
did.
dropped that
Yeah.
somebody recreated the scene with AI and like gave us like
Already?
a feature. There's like a feature length
Oh my
action
gosh.
sequence on YouTube.
yeah. If this really bothers you and you don't want to hear this, then like skip a couple minutes.
I guess this is your spoiler warning for Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Yeah. But that tank scene, that's the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Where you can see it blowing up. Oh my gosh. And the suit we got to talk about.
do.
I just saw, you just sent it to me like a couple minutes before we were recording, actually, when I was on my way here. I don't know how. This is the time where I express my extreme hatred for Zendaya as MJ in the MCU.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Does your hatred of Zendaya start and stop at just her performance as MJ?
No. No. Do you know how I paused there? I wasn't thinking about it. I was preparing how I was going to say no.
Charging up your no.
Yeah. Well, I actually grew up watching her, not watching her really, but like seeing her on Disney Channel first off. So that was already my little taste there.
Were you a Shake It Up guy, or were you a Casey Undercover guy?
No, neither. I was neither.
What'd you see her in?
Well, I saw him. I just didn't.
Oh, that's where you knew of her.
I knew of her. Never was a fan. Anyway, fast forward to Spider-Man: Homecoming. Goodness gracious! People will talk about her as MJ in a normal sense. Go back and watch Homecoming. The way she is as MJ in that movie is horrific. Whether it's her fault or not, I don't know. But the way she's written and the way she portrays her is disgustingly horrible.
Yeah.
Add in the fact that #1 Dune hater, she can go. She can go.
Why do you hate her in Dune?
We're good. I didn't watch...
Let's get to the root of it. Why do you hate her in Dune?
The rest of the podcast is just going to be this.
What is she doing Dune that you hate? Because now I'm starting to think you just don't like her as a person.
You think it's personal? You think it's personal?
I'm starting to think you guys must have had a bad interaction or something.
I think it was partly more on that one, the Dune thing. Like, it's just the Dune curse. Like, everything across the board.
You hated her so much in Homecoming that you saw her in Dune.
Yeah,
like,
it's despicable.
Enough.
It's really despicable. There's also, I saw too many weird trailers for, what was the movie, Challengers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm out. We're good at it. But please, next time you watch Homecoming, if you ever watch Homecoming, just do nothing in the movie except for watch her character, okay? And watch Zendaya.
Oh, it's brutal. And I remember specifically the shock around her revealing herself as MJ at the end there. A lot of the shock was not that she was MJ, it was she was so unlikable in this movie.
She's terrible.
How are we going to work this into a love arc with her and Peter? Because she's so not only is she so unlikable, but her and Peter just don't clash. It's two opposing magnets.
Mm-hmm. And I'm ready for this to be a clip. Zendaya is so bad as MJ, it's the only reason Tom Holland might not be the best Spider-Man in the MCU. Or, well, across the board.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She brings him down that much. The only movie that she's tolerable in is No Way Home, in my opinion.
And it's because she shows some personality.
She does show personality. And I'm here to tell you, we're all good here. We don't need that. We don't need that. I always thought watching Homecoming that and I'm blanking on her name now. What's her name? Is it like Crystal or something? What is it? Gosh, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway,
Liz.
Thank you, Crystal.
Close.
Very close. I have a hard time with names.
That's all right.
It's I forget that. Anyway, I actually think that she would have been much better. Just keep her around. Anyway, it's besides the point. I won't harp on it.
She's in all like the OG comics, like the black and white, OG comics, and she's like a very sweet character. Yeah. So it would have been nice to have her stick around for a little longer, right. Especially if that's the MJ we're getting.
Yeah. Anyway, back off the tangent. To get back to Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Anyway, sorry, my hatred was filling me.
Lead us in.
What do you think of the suit?
You know.
Mm-hmm.
There will nigh the opportunity where you will stumble upon a greater TASM 2 advocate than myself.
Mm-hmm. Which is wrong, by the way. Very wrong.
I live and die on the hill of my TASM 2 adoration.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love everything in that movie.
I know.
Everything. I like, honestly, like even like the Green Goblin stuff, I don't mind. Like I don't know why. Because I also am watching it and I'm like, I can see why people don't like this, and for some reason it just doesn't click with me. I don't know if it's like I don't know if I'm not getting like enough oxygen to my brain or what's going on. It just doesn't process. It just doesn't process. I just watch it and I
something wrong with you.
Like the good, and I've seen people say this, so I'm not trying to repeat here or sound like a clanging cymbal here. The good in that movie, for me, so outweighs the bad.
But the bad's really bad. That's the problem.
Oh, I know it is. But all of that to say the suit in that movie, I don't even think you could find a TASM 2 hater who will tell you that. Like, that suit's not at least like top 2 that we've ever gotten in live action.
I would put it as 1. And really, yeah. I'm not even just trying to pump your TASM 2 tires.
No. It's been one. It's been 1 for a long time.
Yeah.
And there's been a sizable space between 1 and 2 for me, with 2 being Toby's suit. and then
just the original.
and
Toby
then
suit?
yeah, and then three being the suit that we see for about 2 milliseconds at the end of No Way Home.
Yeah, that one's really good. Can I be honest about Toby's suit?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the love for it is driven from the nostalgia of it being the first. I
Sure.
don't think it's... I think it makes you feel very... like you're back to your roots. Like,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And I think that's a cool thing. But I don't know if I would just look at it and be like, if I had them all in front of me and say that's the best. I will say,
Okay.
I do think a top 3 or 4 suit is the symbiote Toby suit. I don't know why. I think the black pops a lot more with the like outer like design of it. You know how? I think it's a little better than his actual suit. Is that crazy? Now I know we're kind of going a little more like pure suit.
It's not crazy, but can I ask, is that because it's the only symbiote suit we've gotten in live action?
Yeah,
like, do you think
probably.
if every Spider-Man suit had gotten a symbiote equivalent, it would still be
Probably
in the top?
not. Yeah, I can't even imagine like a TASM 2 suit done symbiote.
Oh my
like,
gosh! And it
that
like,
would be-
and it wasn't like the fabric; it was like actually like you could see like the symbiote, but it
Yeah,
was in that
dude,
design.
that
It
would
would be
be-
crazy.
That would be so cool.
I wish we had gotten him in the Venom movies, dude. Andrew would have fit in perfect.
You know what I think is a little bit of like I have an probably liked opinion on this. I actually think one of my favorite suits, top 3 suit, is going to be the Far From Home Spider-Man suit.
No,
I'm dead serious.
the black and red suit.
Yeah. Why do people hate on that?
Disgusting with
It's
the
not
white
dis-
symbol in the back. Disgusting.
You don't like that?
Absolutely revolting.
Are you serious?
Freaking hate that suit.
I love that
That
suit.
suit.
I love that suit.
I'll even say I'm not sure I like the No Way Home suit that much. Like I'm talking
What?
with the gold symbol.
Yeah. You're talking like the gosh, I don't even.
Yeah, I think
I'm really losing.
I don't
it
know
today.
what you would call it.
We're recording at the end
advanced,
of a
Is
long
it the
week.
advanced suit, or am I thinking of Spider-Man PS4?
No, it's gosh, it'll come to me.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. There's that one. I don't know if I like that one. I don't like Far From Home. I don't like the Spider Monkey suit. I don't like the.
You're just a Tom hater, or
I don't like the suit that like everyone was like, oh, Spider-Man has a black suit in No Way Home. Oh, does he get the symbiote? And then it was him turning the suit inside out so he could clean it.
I know.
I was like, what are we doing? So that I'm throwing that in there just to be petty. And then there was one other suit. What am I thinking of? There was one other suit that I didn't like.
The Electro one, the like charged Electro one. Are you talking still from Tom?
I think I'm still talking from Tom there. I feel like there's one.
Oh, the Iron Spider, just the regular Iron.
Yeah, yeah.
Too bulky.
You don't like that?
No, I like the Homecoming suit and I like the No Way Home 2 millisecond suit.
2 milliseconds. But you didn't even really get to see that one. They
No,
shoot
I
it
think
for,
that's
like,
probably why I liked it.
It's like a shadow of it for like 5 seconds.
I think that's why I liked it.
That's all.
If I got the other suits
Can
from
I
Tom,
ask?
I'd...
I've always thought that was funny. Like, why did he change? Like why did he flip for just that? And then why is he going to change for this next one? Like, the only thing I can think of was like if they're doing actually where it's like supposed to be like a tie to like remembering his 2 Spider-Man friends.
It's that,
But
which I just
you think that's it?
I
You think
love
that's
that.
just all it is?
I think he just wanted a new suit with a new beginning. I also think like the change. Are you talking about why did it change from the end of No Way Home to now?
Yeah.
I think it could just be him as Spider-Man, like doing everything on his own, like consistently just modifying the suit.
Okay.
That's
fair.
what I would like it
That's
to be.
fair.
But your question is, what do I think of the suit itself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell me.
I think it almost immediately became my number 2 behind TASM 2.
Okay.
And I think the more I'm seeing of it, the fact that it looks that good, and these are just raw set photos, and there's like no movie filter on it, there's no special effects done to it, and it looks that good, I'm like, this probably is going to end up being the best suit ever.
Yeah.
It just looks perfect. Like the original Spider-Man, like Steve Ditko like eye lenses, like the way his eyes are designed, like the classic Spider-Man, mixed with just like all the elements. It's almost got like Tobey's logo with Andrew's like coloring and styling. It's just like totally flawless, dude. It's literally the best of everything. It's the best of everything. It's just perfect. It's a perfect suit.
It's literally a blend of both.
Yeah.
For the best. Yeah. Best ways.
And can we agree? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, your thoughts on post-Endgame Marvel leaning more heavily into the comic-accurate suits. Like, what do you think about them
I
doing
love
that?
it.
You do like
I
it.
do love
Even
it,
the
yeah.
hokey ones, or no?
Yeah, I do. I like it because I don't think that they've done it in too much of a way where like it's like it gets its moment, but I don't think it's like like they did it in Deadpool and Wolverine, right?
Right, that's true.
They gave it its moment to shine. And I mean, maybe that'll be his suit going forward, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they reverted back a little bit. But
Right.
I like it. I'm all for it. I think when you're already doing something where you're dressing up in a Spider-Man costume, right? Like, it already naturally is a little hokey.
Yeah.
So you might as well just make it exactly to how it was, so that it's just live up to like what it is, you know?
Yeah.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I saw the only thing was my little critique with the suit was the web shooters looked a little big. Did you notice that? I've never noticed them, and maybe I'm being too much of a nitpick here, but like I specifically looked at the photo and I was like, wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did you notice that?
I think it's. I did notice it.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll play devil's advocate here.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
Because I think, like, just like the context of him being a Spider-Man who like has no resources at his disposal, he's broke, and he's literally like piecing scrap metal together and like using his scientific
true.
knowledge to put something together. It's probably not going to be a web shooter like the size of a quarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's probably going to be this like clunky looking thing because he had to make it in his bedroom on his at his desk. So I feel like it makes sense in that context. Now I also understand like people kind of rejecting it because there is also that element of like, if you have to look at something like that and it distracts you and you have to like try and look into the context of it, like the filmmakers have done a disservice because they've now distracted you with something as stupid as web shooters when you should be focused on something else like the plot or the characters. So I get it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I do see people complaining about it, and I understand it a little bit just because it's a big departure from what we've gotten before. But again, this like stuff like that solves the problem we've been complaining about for years about, you know, the Iron Spider and Spider Boy, or Iron whatever people have been calling him, about how he's Iron Man's, you know, Iron Man Jr. or whatever it is. So I think it solves a fair amount of problems more than it creates.
Right. And that's the beauty of doing a billion Spider-Man movies is like, let's just experiment something new each time. I think that's cool.
Could this, with everything we've heard, which I feel we've heard a lot more than we deserve to about this movie. Like I feel like we shouldn't know this much about this movie. And you and I are just fans. We don't have any insider knowledge.
Right.
You and I know a fair amount about it.
And I'm trying to stay away from it for the most part.
It's impossible.
It really is.
Like, do you feel with the stuff you know that this could end up being just a fun Spider-Man movie that's like serviceable, like your No Way Homes or Far From Homes, where it's not the worst, but it's also not immediately shoved into the upper echelon of Spider-Man movies? Or do you think it really, like from what you've heard, could make an argument for the best? If the rumors about Mr. Negative are true, if the rumors about him being broken, it being darker, and all that stuff are true, and multiple character deaths and everything, like, do you think it could be the best or what?
I really do.
You do?
I think it could be. I'm going to base it all on thinking about how the side characters, I know that they're not going to be side characters, but side to Spider-Man, how they perform in this movie I think is going to be how good this movie does. Like, their role in the movie. Like, I think having the Punisher in there, and I'm going to go out and say I think Daredevil's going to make an appearance at some point.
You think so?
I do think so. I think having those characters in the movie actually drastically does enhance the movie as long as the focus is still Spider-Man heavy. And again, watching through Daredevil Season 2, the two of them coexisted, and I felt like Daredevil was still easily the prominent thing, yet having Punisher in that still really elevated it.
That's
right?
true.
That's like the main good part of Season 2, obviously.
Nobody's walking away from that thinking, oh, the Daredevil needs Punisher to carry it through. Right.
And I think it's people's favorite shtick to put it on Tom that no matter what, he needs to be carried by people. So I think that's still going to be a thing that's talked about, no matter who it is. I just think that the way they're building this and the new Marvel iteration of everything, they understand this movie has to knock it out the park. And I just think with the new branding of Tom Holland looking for a new journey, a new beginning, having lost everything, like, we're just going to see a totally fresh Tom that people criticized in the past that he was too worried about working for RDJ and all these other things. And now we're going to see him where he is just Spider-Man. He's alone. He is, like, doing the main thing we wanted to see. And it almost feels like we're getting a origin story for him for an experienced Spider-Man. But we just have seen the context. So, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Where, like, it's the first time that he's, like, totally alone. Because Homecoming, he has the support of Tony Stark behind him, pretty quick. Ned knows. Like,
it's the double-edged sword of having a Spider-Man that's in a living, breathing MCU.
mm-hmm.
Because you're almost asking an impossible thing out of these Marvel filmmakers to like give us a Spider-Man movie that's just Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great ask, and it would make for a great movie. But it's really hard to justify a world threat that Spider-Man's taking on where one of the countless heroes that have been introduced don't show up. Like, it's hard to justify that.
Right.
And now, maybe not so much if he had been introduced in 2010, but like it's hard to justify that now when there's 10 heroes on the same block listening to the same radio frequencies waiting for something to happen so they can go guns blazing.
And I think that like No Way Home, like
Strange was in it, but it didn't feel like Spider-Man was being carried by Strange. I've never felt that way. It just felt like Strange was a means to the end in that movie. Like, none of that happens without Strange, but that doesn't mean Strange carries the movie. It just means that he's like a pivotal part of it. In Homecoming and Far From Home, I felt that Iron Man could have been in that movie, or his presence could have been in that movie without it feeling overwhelming, and they just didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of missed the mark a little bit. But it's possible to have your Hulk in there and maybe even have it be like an action sequence in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's an MCU Spider-Man. That was the design. That's how he was introduced. If you want to go see something else, you've got two other... You can go see Toby, you can go see Andrew.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they did. This is the MCU Spider-Man.
It's a writing thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure in 15 years' time we'll have another iteration of Spider-Man that's on his own. Like, it's just going to be the cycle of it. Like, now that we're doing the MCU Spider-Man, like, I want to make sure, like, we do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it would kind of stink if we get to the end and we're like, there was kind of a lot left.
And I think that is where people complain, and I think that's where I completely understand them, where it's like they're not saying they don't want Hulk to appear, or the Punisher, or whatever. They're saying, we haven't had a second with just Tom.
Yeah.
And regardless of if we'd love to see Mark Ruffalo actually Hulk out and be a legitimate Age of Ultron Hulk again, like, is it a bummer that we just are never going to have a free second with Tom? Like, a little bit, yeah.
That's why I think you do the movie around the perspective of Tom the whole time. Have it be that he interacts with these characters, but it's more that he's meeting them from his perspective.
And he's not dependent on
Yeah,
them.
like, don't have a bunch of side things that are all involving Punisher. And don't have every single scene do that. Like, the thing, again, not to keep going back to it, but the thing they do well is that he keeps popping up in Daredevil, but he's never... The whole episode isn't just his thing.
Right.
It's that all of a sudden Sniper comes through and it was him. And little things here and there.
Yeah. There's ways to do it, and then you just have to be okay with ignoring the people that are like, oh, this isn't explained.
Yeah.
Oh, this we didn't. How did he get there? Ignore it.
Yeah.
You got a Spider-Man movie where the side characters don't
Right.
overwhelm the main character.
Right. And nobody says it about Captain America Winter Soldier.
Right. Right.
Nobody says a thing about that.
right.
I mean, people love the Captain America movies. And, again, it's an MCU project.
Yeah.
Specific. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Okay. I'm a little excited. We usually do big movie reviews. There are a few side things that came out recently that I watched this week, so I got to.
Can I commend you? I want to commend you
Okay.
for a second
Yeah,
because
come
you have locked in with this. Like, there's no reason you should be working as hard at this as you are, and you're doing it. Like, you're killing it right now.
Dude,
Like,
thank
you're
you.
catching up on everything.
Trying
You're
to.
watching everything.
Trying to. I've been a very specific... I've had a very specific focus in movies.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to really expand that horizon, so, because we're doing this. So,
You're doing it.
anyway, I have 3 movies I watched this week that are all have all come out this year, and have all been pretty. A lot of people probably have seen them.
These are the B2C tier movies
Yes,
that kind of flew under the radar because
Right.
of Superman and Fantastic Four.
exactly. So, first one that I watched was Happy Gilmore 2, and I'll have to say, Happy Gilmore 2 is. I felt like it was a fever dream Super Bowl commercial. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was unbelievable. There was about 50 million cameos from celebrities. The whole movie is just that.
Really?
There was about 2 scenes that I thought was hilarious. The rest is abysmal. And I want this to be very clear. I think it's about time we as a people acknowledge that Adam Sandler is not funny at all. He is just not. I'm sorry. Every single movie I've ever seen from him, Grown Ups, this, Like,
Do you ever see Bedtime Stories?
no.
No?
Is that one a good one?
That one's
Okay.
pretty good.
I just don't think the humor's funny at all. Maybe that's going to be a thing that I get flack for, but
You don't like Adam Sandler?
no, I've never really laughed at all. The only things that I laughed at in this movie was things that were not involving him at all.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there was one scene where they're like all huddled around a car, and like he's got a bunch of sons that are all like very aggressive. Anyway, it was really dumb, but they all just like followed exactly after what he did, but they're all like the kind of like muscular but nothing going on in the head kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
And he like punches his car, and then like all of them start beating up the car. They all start like hitting the car too, and then this neighbor comes over and like joins in, and then he like freaks out at the neighbor for hitting the car, and they like all jump him. Anyway, it was just funny. That was really funny. Outside of it, Happy Gilmore 2, my rating out of 10, 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10?
2 out of 10. Terrible stuff.
Just for a reference, what did you rate Shanghai Noon? Starring Jackie Chan and Chris. What is it? Is it Chris Tucker? Or no? Am I thinking of that's
Owen
Rush
Wilson,
Hour.
right?
Owen Wilson. That's
Yeah. That one.
What was Shanghai
That
Noon
one
rated?
definitely for Shanghai Noon was definitely probably like a 0.5 out of 10.
0.5. So
0.5 out of 10.
So the worst comedy movie of all time, and then
Right.
like only a
little
hop,
hair
skip, and
above.
a jump up above
Yeah,
is
just a
Happy
little
Gilmore
bit
2.
above. Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
that's your point of reference.
it's
All the
not good.
Shanghai Noon
It's
people
not
are
good.
throwing rocks at my window right
Yeah,
now.
the first one, I thought was like whatever. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
This one somehow makes it way worse.
Is it like a
s-
rehash?
It's so dumb. The whole plot is so dumb. Anyway,
Is it just a rehash of the first, or what is it? What makes it stupid?
No,
Just
no.
not funny. Trying too hard.
it's trying way too hard. It's
Okay.
not even focused around him. And like they do this bit where it's like they just kill off characters like that, and they act like it's
In
nothing.
Happy Gilmore?
Yeah. So his wife, he hits her with a golf ball, and she just dies within like the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then and they just like they're like well, and they just move on. Like that's just how the movie goes, right? And it's just like thing to thing where all of a sudden I'm looking at Kelsey Plum is popping up, and then it's Stephen A. Smith, and then Eminem comes, and then his whole family beats him up and throws him in the water, and Guy Fieri's over there, and like it's just legit. It's insane. Travis Kelce and Bad Bunny are the waiters. Like,
Do you
it's
think
just
this
like,
had
what
an
is going
enormous?
on?
Do you think this had an enormous budget for the cameos, or do you
No.
think it was just a lot of people doing Adam Sandler favors?
I think they filmed this in about 5 days. That's my theory. They filmed it in about 5 days, and then they asked every single celebrity. They were like, "Hey, we're putting out an invite to like 600 people."
Okay.
It's like the white suit. What's it? White coat thing? What do they call it? The white tie.
Oh yeah.
The white tie
Yeah.
event. It's like
Yeah.
that. They put it out. They were like, "Hey, if you're on the list, come through. We'll get you a cameo." Shoot it in 5 days. Moved on.
The people are gonna love it.
Yeah, and they were like, "Sure, I can be in a movie." Like, why not?
Sure.
Yeah, because they're all in it for about 5 seconds.
Okay.
So it's pretty quick.
It's like a blink and you miss.
Anyway, it's terrible. So, speaking of terrible,
Wasn't his wife like a? I didn't see Happy Gilmore
Yeah.
1 in its entirety. Wasn't his wife like a huge part of the
yes,
first one?
yes, which is
Like
why
it was
it's
like
so
about
funny.
getting the wife or whatever. Wasn't it about
Kind
like?
of. She's
I'm
like
trying to remember.
she's a little bit of the support. He gets her like halfway in. They have like a cool
Right.
romance.
But that's like a
moment.
big part of it. Like, as
Right.
he's trying to get the wife. or
She's
whatever.
there with the whole time. Like
Right.
she's a big part of it.
And then he hits her with a golf ball.
Yep. And in the first one too, they have where like the main coach, like he gets hit with a golf ball and he dies in a second, and it's
Oh,
just like
so-
how it is. It's just
But
like
they
the
use
joke.
the wife that like totally.
Yeah,
should've
it's just
been
like the
something else.
joke of it, but it's really dumb.
2 out of 10.
Happy Gilmore.
2 out of 10. Somehow worse. You mentioned Shanghai New being bad. I watched the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And this is not a hot take. This is something that I'm seeing across the internet. I actually saw this because people were calling it the worst movie of all time. War of the Worlds 2025.
You did not watch
I
that
watched
with Ice Cube.
Yeah, I
You
watched
seriously
30
did?
minutes of it.
Okay.
And that's enough.
You did,
Dude,
I can't believe you did that.
I need you to watch it.
Are you serious?
I'm being so serious. I was laughing so hard at it because of. So I first had seen clips of it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "There's no shot that's actually from a movie. Like that's not real." So I was like, "I have to check this out." I
can't
watch
believe
it.
you watched
I
this.
watched 30 minutes. It is legit like the funniest thing ever. It's Ice Cube on Zoom. It's legit just watching Ice Cube on a Zoom.
The whole movie.
Whole movie, and the acting and like the pauses in it are so bad. There's random moments where like something will happen like on a screen, and he'll click something, and like an alert pops up, and it'll be like alert, and he'll be like, oh, and like there's scenes of like him like he gets like one thing that was making me laugh so hard I had to like do a little rewind. he has his glasses on and he takes them off, all frustrated, and then all of a sudden it points at the screen. It like zooms into the screen, points back to him, and his glasses are on. He's just right up in the camera.
He's got him back up.
Yeah, he's just got him back. Like, it is so sloppy.
That's so funny.
It's like the type of movie that like you would make for your 8th grade English class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was so bad. And the thing is about it is like they tried to make it serious. Like I really unquestionably can say I don't think I've ever seen something like it. It is terrible.
Wow.
But at the same time, I wonder.
Didn't it get a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes?
Dude, the Rotten Tomatoes, it's really bad.
It's awful.
It's really bad. I don't think I've ever seen this on Letterboxd as well. It's got a 1.1, so there's a chance it could drop below 1. I've never seen that.
Wow, dude.
Anyway, yeah, you might need to check it out.
The one scene I've seen is of his son dying. and it like cuts to him and he's just like staring at the camera.
It's like the joking is so bad too. Like it's really rough. Ice Cube's a terrible actor too. Like
didn't I see Roderick was in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just pan. Oh, Roderick's just right up in the camera, and yeah, it's really funny. Give it like a 10-minute watch, and you'll have seen the movie.
Where is it?
It's on Prime. It's
on Prime.
But that's kind of where I wanted to ask you: is this the strategy? If they had a movie that was this bad, right? They put it out. I see this when I go to look for it. I didn't have to look hard for it. First thing on Prime I see, and it says it's the 3rd most watched movie on Prime right now. It's like they reversed it because it was so unbelievably bad. People clicked on it.
Right. It's
you
like
know what I mean?
It's the Emoji Movie effect or whatever.
Right. It's worse.
Did you see the Emoji Movie too?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, a while ago, but it's been ages. But worse. Worse. The last one I saved, movie review that I'm really excited about, Kpop, Demon Hunters. Holy cow! I'm pilled. I am pilled. We are so back.
Oh,
you want to know what peak is like,
dude?
You want to know what peak is like?
What is your rating?
I kind of hammered up a little bit. I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. It's above Jurassic World.
Are you kidding me?
It's above
Are
Jurassic
you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
All right,
I'm not
explain
kidding.
it.
I haven't seen it.
I can't wait for everyone that personally knows me that watches this to text me about this part. So if you've heard this on the podcast, make sure to text me about K-pop Demon Hunters. I'll put you on. I need you to watch this movie.
Put you on what?
Dude, I didn't know I was a guy for K-pop, but here I am. I stand here as tribute. The song in there, Golden, has legitimately been in my head the last week. It has been in my head all week. Don't look away. Don't look right here. Right here.
Look at
right
me.
here. I'm not even.
Look at me, Hector.
Camera aside.
Juan Bolsa is dead. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
The animation, dude. Sony animation is so awesome, man. You can at least agree with that.
I'll test.
They're so good. They're so good. The music's good. The movie itself, like, if I took away what I'm watching, like if I don't like the idea behind what I'm watching is something usually I would laugh at. I'll be honest. And it was totally something that I had seen a lot of people reviewing, and zero part of me wanted to watch it. I was just like, you know what, I should watch it because it was a big movie in 2025.
Can I ask how long it is?
It's not long. It's like an hour and a half. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
Are you seriously locked in, not doing anything on the side, just sitting there watching
I was
K-pop
locked
Demon Hunter
in.
for
I wasn't.
an hour and a half?
I wasn't. I had game on the side. They start. Something's happening. Music hits. All of a sudden, I was feeling my head bobbing a little bit, dude. I was feeling that bob. I locked in.
You put the controller down?
I put the controller down. Light off.
I gotta go.
Zoomed in. Zoomed in. I would love for you to watch it and give me a perspective on that.
Is this a reason to get the Patreon?
Yeah, for sure.
Do a double feature K-pop Demon Hunter and War of the Worlds?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pay $100 and you can watch us react to K-pop Demon Hunters.
That's what we'll call it. The $100 subscription would be
6.5? Really?
Yeah. I think you should give it a watch. Anyway, so those are the three. So.
What did you give Captain America: Brave New World?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
You know how they're separate. Would I rather watch Captain America: Brave New World? Obviously, but for what it is, given the ranking of what it is, I think it does better. Does that make sense?
You might have to explain.
So, like, given it's a movie about K-pop demon hunters,
I see.
that is specifically probably intended for a younger audience.
Okay.
I think it's a better movie in general. Like, there's nothing it does wrong at all. But given the fact that Captain America as a superhero movie has so many issues that I have problems with, you know what I mean?
FNAF 2 is going to be a terrible movie, but given the fact that it's, like, not meant to be taken seriously, it'll probably be a 7 out of 10. Like
right,
that? Okay.
Right.
I see.
Yeah. Like, would I rather watch, and maybe this is a hot take, would I rather watch Toy Story 2 or watch, like, Thunderbolts? Like, Thunderbolts all day. Over Toy Story 2? Yeah, 100%. Are you serious? Don't give me that.
Don't give me that.
You lost your arguing privileges when you watched K-pop Demon Hunter.
Dude,
let me tell you something.
game.
Toy
Okay.
Story 2 is right up there with Finding Nemo. And I'm not just talking Pixar.
Toy Story 2?
I'm talking
Creme de la creme.
creme de la creme, cream of the crop, whatever the phrase is.
They can't see it,
Absolute
but
cinema.
your Toy Story 2 poster's right over there.
Right over there.
Right
Okay, so Happy Gilmore, War of the Worlds, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Done. Out the picture.
Only one is good. You're going to have to guess which one.
That's actually a tough one.
Presented that.
We did have a lot of good stuff coming out this summer, aside from the ones I just horribly rated.
Were those all summer movies? I know Gilmore
I
just
think
came
so.
out.
War of the Worlds just came out. Gilmore just came out. K-pop was semi-recent.
Okay.
I want to know now, what was your movie of the summer?
So, when does summer begin for you?
Like, in terms of, like, the movies, like, what...
May.
What? Okay.
I'm hard putting it at May. I would put it around when college breaks start. Does that make sense?
Sure. Okay.
That's usually
So,
the
like,
parameters
mid-May.
I go. Mid-May to end of August.
When did Thunderbolts come out?
May. Beginning of May.
That makes it a tough conversation, because I'm not going to lie. You know how much I like
I know.
Thunderbolts.
I know.
I think Superman was the movie of the summer.
Okay.
I'll say that. Definitively, I think Superman was the movie of the summer. Now, once you get past Superman, I think it becomes more of a contested conversation.
Okay.
Because you have Thunderbolts, you have Fantastic Four, you have
Jurassic.
which I'm not saying that because it's in the conversation, it's not.
just
but
bigger.
it was a big.
Right.
It's probably it made more money than Fantastic Four, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then you even have like F1,
Right.
which neither of us have seen yet. But
No.
it's coming
We're
back to
planning to.
IMAX,
We're planning
so we
to.
might have to.
Another one I'm planning to see next week is just crazy busy week for both of us, I know. Weapons, I've heard, is very good.
Ooh, you're seeing that in theaters?
Yeah, next week.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Who you seen that with? Your dad?
Nah, I don't have anybody yet. I'm just seeing it. You trying to go?
I'd be done. Dude, horror movies give me like a... Don't horror movies kind of creep you out? What creeps you out? What horror can't you do? I know we keep getting sidetracked.
I like violence. I like a lot of that.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
what was it? Gosh, why am I blanking on it? Oh my gosh.
This is really good for audio only.
I know.
I'm trying to think of some of the ones that came out recently. Alien!
No.
Who was in it?
I don't know.
Was it the one with Nick Cage? It was
No.
like the creepy, weird guy with the plastic surgery in his face, and he had like the puffy cheeks, and he was like
No.
long legs or whatever.
No, wasn't that.
That movie looked creepy. I didn't see that either. 28 years later?
No. Why do I stink?
What the heck?
You don't. It was
It's
like,
like
a bunch
a
of no
there's
names
like it's like a smiling clown thing. It's just all it's graphic.
Smile.
No. It's like all very graphic.
Oh, Terrifier.
Thank you. Thank God. Yes. Thank God. Okay, dude, Terrifier 3. Like, I watched that movie when that came out like a little bit ago. That messed me up.
Did you see
like,
it in theaters?
No, I watched it out of it. But me and my girlfriend, we both watched it in Halloween season.
Yeah.
And like it like golly man, like it was violence to like just a like
I've heard
to
that.
a no end level. Like I really didn't like it. Like I couldn't actually stomach it. And like usually that stuff doesn't bother me. So ones like that really mess me up. But anyway, I do still want to see Weapons. So with that said,
So the horror you can't do is just like extreme violence. Like, does any of the supernatural stuff where it starts to get a little bit like
I'll do it all.
religious, like, does it start to creep you out a little bit? I feel like
No.
I start to get like a weird pit in my stomach.
You do get a little something?
I don't mean to be that guy, but I start to get like a weird like gut feeling that like I shouldn't be watching.
Really? Okay.
A little bit when they
Okay.
start doing like the candle,
stuff.
the circles with the candles.
Yeah, that's
and
that is a little freaky.
There's like things going on. I feel a little nervous.
That is
I
a
don't
little
know.
freaky.
I just feel like when it gets to like the supernatural stuff, I check out.
Yeah.
But like any of like the the creature features,
Okay.
like the serial killers. Like they're all
Yeah.
just so like interesting.
They are.
You want to see who did
You need
it.
a little depth.
You want to know who done it.
Who done it?
Who did done it?
One has got to go.
Somebody did it, and they've got to go.
They gotta go. Yeah, dude. That's one last part of that. We need to go with doing the podcast now,
Oh,
dude.
good Lord in
I'm
heaven.
gonna hold you to this. In October, there's gonna be one movie that comes out that's scary, and you and me have to go to the latest showing possible at night.
You and I have been campaigning.
We will do it.
You and I have been campaigning to get invited to one of these big movie premieres, and we know it's going to happen.
Yes,
Anybody,
for
but
sure.
the problem is it's going to happen, and it's going to be like the Bambi horror movie. It's going to be like the
Winnie
thing
the
that,
Pooh, Blood and Honey.
yeah, it's going to be Blood and Honey 3. You and I red
would kill
carpet
for that to happen.
ringside at Blood and Honey 3.
I would kill for that to happen.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can we use this time?
Yes, please.
If you're a big budget movie studio, or somebody with a movie that needs an audience and people to stand on a red carpet, here we are.
We are here.
We will fly wherever. We will pay for our own tickets. We will
We're reasonable men.
buy our own suits. We'll sleep in our car. You don't even have to buy a hotel.
And we will pump your tires
We
to
will-
no end.
No end, dude. We will tie your shoes. We will comb your hair. The pipe dream right now is to get invited to a movie premiere. That's where this all ends
That's where
up.
we want it.
That's
to
where
be.
this ends
Yep.
up. Dude, you and I, let's manifest for a moment.
No, we don't do that.
Let's wish upon a star for
Yes.
a moment. You and I will be. You don't mind watching horror movies with supernatural, but you don't manifest. You and I will be seated at whatever the indirect sequel is to Superman. You and
Wow.
I will be invited to that premiere.
That would be the goal.
Book it.
That would be cool.
Book it.
Anyway, yep. Right back in.
Right back.
Right back in.
You didn't like Terrifier 3,
Didn't like it.
but you're going to see Weapons.
So anyway, that could be movie of the summer for me.
Okay.
Could be. I do think there's nothing that's going to touch it. I will say my 1 and 2 are extremely close. And it was definitively one of the two. Superman is getting my 1.
Okay.
But I'm going to throw some love. I loved it, and I know your rating dropped a little bit. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning was
That's a great pick.
right below it. Like, right below it. The only reason I'd give it I actually think for a whole, as far as picking out stuff, like, I would go Mission Impossible. But the movie was so dang long, and there was so many, like, little things that, like, I felt like it dragged a little bit. I think it's not quite there. I'd
Yeah.
go probably, like, 8-3 and then 8-7 for the two movies right now.
Oh, it's that close.
I'd say it's really close. for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and you feel a lot of that is the stunt?
No, not just that. I mean, obviously that's a huge part of it,
Yeah.
right? But I think the whole movie as a whole, like, I'm really good.
It's
with
a great
it. I
movie.
love that movie.
It's dropped for me, but also I had it at like a 9.5.
Yeah.
So it was a little
Yeah,
crazy.
It was our first episode, so we
Yeah.
had to be hot. So we agree on the movie. We agree it's Superman.
We agree
Superman
that
was in
Superman-
fact the movie of the summer.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good.
To kind of put a final pin in the Marvel DC talk here with the crazy month of July and Fantastic Four and Superman, I kind of wanted to vision cast a little bit. I want to ask you, do you think DC or Marvel has the better future? Forward looking out. Who has the more hope? Who has the better future in front of them?
Walk me through your vision before I conjure up my own here.
I'm going to say this. I think Marvel still right now has the slight edge for the better future. I know that seems like probably a hot take to say, considering we've just seen 2 box office results that really flopped for Fantastic Four, and Superman is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So, I get that. And I understand as well that Fantastic Four is a reasonably big name, considerably. However, Superman is this was the whole brand. Like, this was all, like, leading to this. Like, the whole James Gunn verse, everything was built around it being Superman.
Yeah.
This is the first thing. I think Marvel has the higher floor. DC has the higher ceiling right now. Does that make sense?
I like that a lot.
I think Marvel, it would, like it's just the same as it is, right? If it goes up, like it's gonna go up.
Sure.
But like we know what its worst is, and I don't think it's even gonna be touching its worst right now the way it is.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in between would be what the floor is, right? And I just don't think that's that bad of a universe. That's a universe that can continue to go. With the DC universe, there are so little knowns that the vision is wide open. Like
Right.
it could go anywhere.
Right.
So that could lead to a fantastic thing. And for them as a company, they have the ability now to take the power into their own hands of being like, we can really make this into something, again, that's in a lot better spot than Marvel is. Mm-hmm. But with only Supergirl confirmed right now, there's just not enough on the table for me to be like, they've done it.
I see the vision.
Yeah, I don't think that they've done enough yet. I see where it could go, easily. But, like, you've got to execute on more than one project. And again, it's not like Superman, like, I loved Superman. And, like, I really did. I wouldn't say it was anything generational, though.
No, it was just such a nice departure from all the crap we've gotten up
Yeah,
until
for
this
sure,
point.
right.
Yeah.
But it's not something where it's like, wow, okay, like I really see it now.
Right.
And I would almost say that like for the Batman, like I loved that movie, like definitely more than Superman.
Better than Dark Knight?
And I saw this question online: is Superman now a top 20 superhero movie?
All-time cross both franchises?
Mm-hmm. Everything on the table. Do you think it reaches top 20? I tried to do the math out in my head the other day for a second, so I didn't think about it too much.
Okay.
I think if it was, it would be literally 18, 19, or 20.
It would be right at the bottom. My
Yeah.
first thing that popped into my head for no particular reason it would be like 19.
Yeah. Like, I think it might sneak in. I think it's somewhere between, like, 18 to 25 for me.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? And I think it'd be close.
It's absolutely in the top 25.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to think through, like, I think I would take my top... Tell me if I'm wrong. I think I would take my top 13 or 14 MCU-related movies over it already.
Uh-huh.
I would also probably take 4 or 5 DC projects over it. And then when you factor in the other random side things, like, I don't know if you constitute Incredibles as that. I mean, that's kind of... I mean, I know it's not directly. But movies like that also tie in. I mean, if we're going just strictly Marvel and DC, then, like...
It's tough, too, because it was amazing, and
And you don't really... I feel like the more you compare it to, the less good it seems like you think it is. Like, but really, like, I look at it...
I liked Avengers Endgame more. I liked No Way Home more.
Mm-hmm.
I liked both Spider-Verse movies.
So there's already 4.
Yep, keep going.
I liked Infinity War more.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2 with Tobey. I liked The Winter Soldier maybe a hair more.
No, stop it. Much better. Definitely better.
That's another
You're
thing where
disrespecting.
it's
You
like
need to rewatch Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. No, like it's very good.
It's 7 on my MCU ranking.
Okay.
Like greater MCU where I have 85 projects. So it's like it's up there.
Keep going, and I'm going to stop you when I disagree.
I think Guardians is better.
1
and 3. I think Captain America Civil War is better.
I don't think Thunderbolts is better, but I think it's very, very good and very close.
I don't think it's better.
I think the first Avengers is better.
Mm-hmm.
I think X-Men Days of Future Past is on par.
Okay.
The first Iron Man is probably just as good. Logan is maybe better. After that, it gets a little hairy.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Marvel. DC, I like the Dark Knight more. I like the Batman more.
Yep.
I liked Zack Snyder's Justice League maybe a bit more.
Yep.
I don't think Joker was better, but I think Joker had a greater cultural impact than Superman. No, did it? I don't even know if I believe that.
I get where you're going, but
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think it did.
It shook people a lot.
Yeah,
I think it shook up people because nobody expected it to be that good, and
Right.
then it was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it didn't have a greiter cultural impact, but it was...
But it was well, you weren't expecting it to at all.
No.
Whereas this is like the reason it's having a big cultural impact is because it's the first.
Yeah, it was right. It was
That's
just as
the main
successful
reason.
because it was the first of something. It was the first spin-off that actually succeeded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get your point.
I think Yeah, I don't know. So there you go. I mean,
I
that's
might
already
even go
like
Suicide Squad 2021 over it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I might. I really like that movie.
maybe then, dude.
I don't know. And like for me personally too, like you named pretty much everything I would do over
Incredibles
it.
is better?
Yeah. I would also put things like First Avenger, Captain America First Avenger. Like I'd put that over
I
it
might
easy.
too. I was gonna say it, but I wasn't sure if that was like just favoritism talking because I love that movie.
I think that's the most underrated MCU movie, period. That movie to me is like an easy 9 out of 10.
It might be.
Easy.
Yeah.
And I think people disrespect it too much. Like that movie outside of like outside of superhero stuff, if you just put that movie out, like I think it's great. Like
Yeah.
you don't even need it to be about superhero stuff. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that's all the
Obvious ones, dude. Like, that's not even some of the ones that, like, could be in a conversation,
Yeah.
if depending on how much
you liked it when you saw it. Like that's just all the.
obvious consensus
Right.
ones.
Right.
So I don't know, but
Again, it doesn't take away from it. It's a great movie.
It's tough with what we're doing too, that so many of these MCU movies, especially because I've seen more of the DC stuff recently. A lot of them I'm going based off of having watched it probably last in 2022, which like
Sure.
it's tough when you see Superman twice and then you're just going off the back of what you remember.
Right.
Sometimes that works for the betterment of that movie or the worst part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So like sometimes like for instance Civil War, I don't think I've seen it in probably 3 years, which is crazy because that movie's great. But like I'm just going off the fact that I just remembered peak.
I think your take about DC having a greater ceiling and Marvel having a greater floor is great. I think Marvel, we've talked about it. Marvel just has a more immediate payoff with Doomsday and Secret Wars coming. I think that people need to remember with this DC that's being built, James Gunn is going to be approving every project and he's going to be reviewing every script, but he's not writing every project and he's not the director of every movie.
That's a great thing to say.
And
I see so many people confusing that.
I think that a lot of people think that because James Gunn is in charge, it means that everything is going to have that James Gunn feel and everything's going to have the James Gunn golden Midas touch where everything's just a success because James Gunn's name is thrown in it. Unfortunately, like, that's not the case. Like, and I think that DC fans are so traumatized that all it's going to take is one director that, like, was maybe just a mishire. Like, just a bad match. That's everything seemed good until it just came out and just like they couldn't have anticipated it, but the audience just didn't receive it well. And all it'll take is like one project, and like DC's going to be reeling for a second. And like I think DC is in a better spot than they've been since 2008. But I don't think that they're necessarily in the clear because I think all it takes is one director with a poorly actualized vision to screw this whole thing up. And I think I'm trying just personally to like temper my own expectations because I felt so good walking out of Superman, but also I'm like, James Gunn's not going to be in charge of everything. Like, he's going to be in charge of everything, but he's not going to be in charge filming he's not going to be on set saying action every day. So it gets a little tough because you're like, all it takes is some nitwit to come in and screw up Wonder Woman.
Right.
Or The Flash again.
Can I be honest? I actually feel that's a good thing. I actually don't want James touch on everything.
No, I agree.
I really don't. And I think for the people that are saying that, because I have seen a bunch of people saying DC's ruined because we're going to have the humor level of James Gunn added to every single thing. And what I'd say is I know it's slightly separate, but look at Matt Reeves with the Batman, right? He's had pretty much full control of this.
Right.
So, again, I think for the most part, he's just reviewing it and just approving it, right?
he's reading through every script and he's not.
Approving it until he likes what he reads.
Yeah.
Which that could be anything.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think with the way that DC had been before, it was such a stark take on all of the characters, pretty much, that I think now they don't have to do too much because, for the most part, with a lot of characters in the MCU, they've done the original thing to do, and now it feels like if you want to go on, you have to do something separate and go like counter what it is.
Yeah.
With DC, they already did the counter move. That, like, for those people, if you like that, go watch that. However, we're going to actually just do the exact take of what it should exactly be for these characters.
Right.
Going straight from the comics for the most part.
Yep.
And I think that's an easy blueprint. I think that unless it's the next movie, like Supergirl, if Supergirl flops, like, but again, it's Supergirl. Like, I don't have that big of a expectation. For better and for worse, like, it's not going to get me that hyped if it's good, but it's also not going to get me that down if it's bad.
Barring like a transcendent press tour, I don't see that movie making more than like $350 million.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be for the people like you and me.
Right, who are seeing every project regardless of what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they still have a really big opportunity with the Justice League and all the individual characters involved in that. That, like, I think I'll have some grace as long as they don't, like, have, like, 2 misses in a row to start it out. Like, that's where it's off. But if they get rolling a little bit, they get a few things out, and then all of a sudden they have a kind of movie, like, I'm going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think so.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good take. Now, I feel like we should give Fantastic Four some props here.
Nah.
Well, before that, I want to say we both saw Fantastic Four twice, correct? You saw it? Okay.
Or did you see 3?
I saw it twice.
Okay, twice. Okay. We talked about this briefly, but we didn't go too deep into it because it was not on the pod.
I'm sitting there in the second watch through, and I loved it. Like, I really do love that movie. I think it's settled at an 8 out of 10 for me. I think I had it at a 9 last week. Yeah. It's settled, and it's going no lower than an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's great. I love everything about that.
Yep.
Nothing I loved, I decided against since. Nothing I hated, I've hated more. Like, it's just like same thoughts both times. I don't think that movie has like the rewatchability factor that a lot of the other MCU movies do, and it's weird because it's a movie that stands on its own, and it doesn't require a bunch of context, and it's just its own story.
It's fresh.
For some reason, I'm just watching it, and I'm like I'm looking at Galactus and Silver Surfer, and I'm looking at the Fantastic Four, and I'm like, I'm excited to see these characters again, but I don't think this is the MCU movie you'll like catch me in 5 years saying, "Oh, I can't think of how many times I've seen Fantastic Four."
Right. Or a movie that's like, do you remember when you saw Fantastic Four?
Right.
I think there's part of me that would say that about Superman.
Right. And I can't put my finger on why that is. Because it's not a bad movie. Nothing about it is bad. I loved Fantastic Four. But I can't put my finger on why it doesn't have, in my brain, the rewatchability factor that maybe Superman does. Or Thunderbolts, even.
I feel like I'm going to get flack for this, too.
I'll say it.
I really think it just comes down to moments, man. Like, that was my biggest problem with the movie, was there wasn't that many things that I looked at that was just like, that was an awesome thing. It's an action movie at the end of the day, right?
Right.
It is. And, like, for a movie that involves characters with 4 crazy, unique situations, like, there wasn't that much action and also use of their cool abilities. I'm not saying it was a bad amount. Like, I liked the movie. But just from a rewatching it perspective, like, if you know that, like, nothing bad happens, really.
Yeah.
The way they beat him's not, like, that cool. Like, I don't think anyone was sitting there getting emotional seeing Sue Storm battle for a baby that, like, we aren't invested in. Like, we're not invested in these characters enough yet to be able to feel that.
Right.
I would wonder maybe if we come back to it in 5 years. Because, again, watching Iron Man 1 back, like, I think that movie might fall under the same category, where that movie is so awesome to look at now, but I wonder if I had gotten to see it in theaters at the time, how I'd feel.
And
because there's no way to figure that out. Like, there's no way to, because there's too much context now.
Yeah.
There's no way to go back and try and put yourself in that shoe again. Like, you have no idea. Like, I don't know. I didn't see Iron Man 1 until 2000, like, 12? 13? I don't know. I saw Avengers 1 before I saw Iron Man 1, as crazy as that is. I don't know. Now, I feel that we've, for 3 weeks, been talking about Superman in the greatest light, and I think that in many ways it deserves all of the praise that it's been given, not just by us, but everybody.
I want to see if you feel this way.
Okay.
I felt, in certain areas, I felt watching maybe like the Lois and Clark dynamic at times, not throughout its entirety, but at times, watching them... watching the dynamic between Superman and Lex Luthor.
I think that there's a lot
that's there, and it's in your face, and there's a lot about Superman that it's almost like, if I had, and again, this is me really hunkering down and trying to find a complaint with Superman. I feel like there's a lot in that movie that, like, it's a comic book fans movie. So it's like, we're assuming that if you're seeing this, you've read a comic book.
You get it, yeah.
And this, if that's the case, then this movie is for you. Like, we've made this for you. So there's a lot of, like, the dynamic between Superman and Lex, and there's the dynamic between Lois and Clark that doesn't feel, honestly, if we're being totally real, that deep. It doesn't feel that, like, there's that much below the surface. Lex just hates Superman because he's an alien, I guess, and Superman's like taking Lex's thunder, I guess. I don't know. But then again, Lex isn't trying to. It's not like Lex is trying to be a humanitarian and Superman's taking his thunder. So Lex just like hates Superman and is jealous. But he's jealous about what? And then Lois and Clark, like almost one of their first scenes together, they're having a conflict, and then halfway through they have like that heart to heart where he says he loves her, and then at the end she says she loves him too. And it felt like there were just moments sprinkled between the characters throughout the movie where I was feeling something because of the larger grandiose element of how much I loved this movie. It just as a product. But I felt that in terms of like I felt that some dimensions of like the relationships between the characters left something to be desired. And Superman, I absolutely left thinking I want to see every single one of these characters again. But part of me almost felt that way maybe because I didn't get a ton from them, like depth-wise, in the movie. How did you feel about that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, totally. Well, it's the problem of jumping into a story and not having a proper origin.
Right.
Which I get that they did it in Man of Steel already, but you're assuming everybody's watched Man of Steel.
You're assuming not
or
just that
they knew enough.
Right, you're assuming everyone is
in tune to what went into this.
Not just Superman, but the story of who Superman is as a household thing.
Because for that purpose, like, they did not do enough at all to cue people in.
And for you and I, it's no problem.
Right.
But, like, I took my girlfriend, who is trying to get into movies now because I'm into movies, and she had a great time, but it was because there was a lot of spectacle around the movie. I don't think that if I were to ask her, like, what her favorite... You know, oh, do you like the rivalry between Superman and Lex, or some comic book thing that like comic book fans could have no problem discussing? I don't think she'd be like, oh, I didn't even pick up on that, because they really don't dig that deep. It's more just a comic book spectacle.
But that's tough to do in any origin movie.
Right. And again,
Like,
I'm not dogging it. I'm just that if I had to come up with one thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think that's the problem with origin, like, first movies with characters anyway.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to pick it up unless you have a long-term connection to it.
Right.
Unless the movie itself, outside of the characters, is just that good.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying by that, like, which I think this one is very good, which is why it elevates it.
Movie of the summer.
Right. I mean, we said it. But it just... Sometimes other origin movies, for instance, Pirates 1. Like, that is one of my favorite origin movies, period. Partly because of how awesome Jack Sparrow is, so he does a better job in getting that, but you don't see a ton of depth with him.
That's what's weird.
You know
to
what I
me
mean?
is
It's
like
just the fact that the movie just rocks.
There's not much depth in those movies at all, but for whatever reason, I don't mind. What is that? Because I
don't
love
know.
Superman, but for some reason, the lack of depth sometimes bothered me. And I know, like, I know, you and I both know what motivates Lex Luthor. We both know what motivates Superman. And you see it. I mean, Superman is fleshed out. David Cornsweet's amazing as Superman. But just the stuff with, like, Lois, I felt like there were certain lines of dialogue or moments for her to shine that I was like, I feel like that would have hit harder if we had a bit more context of, like, what it took for her to get to the point where she could say that to that character's face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just, there were some moments that I feel didn't suffer, but I wish, because of how good the movie was as a whole, that those characters had that time to really simmer, so that when it came time for them to shine, it paid off more for them. Not for me, just for the character, you know what I mean?
Right.
But that's if I had to name one nitpick, just because I'm...
Yeah.
Just for the...
No, I get that.
That was for the Snyder
I get
fans.
that. I get that.
That was for the Snyder Bros.
And I promise, if you're still listening, this will be one of our last times talking fully about Superman. So
Yeah, I think...
I know we've beaten the summer movie thing to death.
We
So,
have.
but this is why this is an extended cut. We're doing our own extended cut today. We're getting up there. So if you're still with us, that's you get the bonus of the extra Superman talk. Do you want to do a quick game?
I think the perfect way to wrap something of this magnitude would be a quick game.
Okay. I had a little game prepared.
Okay.
And I actually don't want too much explaining, okay? I think this is the perfect way to do this for the game. Like, you can give me a little bit of your reason.
I think it'd be better for community engagement if we leave as little detail.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do a little overrated, underrated, and properly rated, okay? So you get the three options. Big concept here. So, lock in.
Let me pull
Lock
my water
in.
bottle down.
Read the comics so you can understand.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So,
So you're going to name something.
I'm going to name something. We're going to start out I'm gonna give you either an actor, a franchise, and maybe even a couple of random things. So
Okay.
we'll see. Okay, ready?
And I have to say overrated, underrated, or properly rated.
Yeah. You ready? And
Okay.
yeah, I'll give it to you.
And this is just me, or do you want me to do some things with you?
Yeah, you can do. I think you see the. Do you want to? We'll go every other.
Every other. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ready? Okay. Overrated or underrated? Tom Hanks.
Properly rated.
Okay. I'm with that. I think most people would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All conspiracy stuff aside, properly rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. The man has a catalog full of.
He's amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah. The character of
Spider-Man. Overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. It's properly rated
Okay.
because it's a fan. The fan in me says that.
Okay.
But I think I'm no. You know what?
Properly rated.
Properly rated.
I feel that's one of the things where I feel, and this is all I'll
It
say
would be
about
a
this.
little over,
You think overrated?
if anything.
That's
yeah.
one of the characters, like him and Batman are the two characters where I feel like they could never get enough praise.
Maybe it's because I'm one of the head, like people like promoting this, but like I feel like everybody always talks about how Spider-Man is their favorite, which is why it's like properly rated, but also like people
wish-
talk about it like it's the only thing that's good,
Right.
whereas the movies probably don't back it up. People just love the character, which I guess
Sure.
we're talking about the character Spider-Man.
Yeah, the
but-
character of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So properly rated,
Properly
you think?
rated.
Okay.
This one's gonna make me mad if you do it wrong. Okay. If you get the wrong answer.
We're locking in.
Overrated or underrated? Ryan Reynolds.
Now,
Right now.
properly rated.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
He was one of those people where I was getting a little nervous that he would be like the Pedro Pascal where he's in everything.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden the thing happened with him and his wife. And
Yeah,
I feel that
dropped him off.
It didn't tank him, but it leveled him out
Even
a
the
little
playing
bit.
field.
Exactly.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, like, we're only going to see Ryan Reynolds when we need to see Ryan Reynolds.
Do you think people now are gonna feel like they see through him to like the charm bit is more of like a like
I don't
a
think
fake-
he was the problem.
Okay.
I don't think it was
her?
him.
Blake Lively.
I don't know enough about that
I don't know
situation,
anything either.
but I think he was like caught in a line of fire that he wasn't trying to be caught
Okay.
in the middle of.
Okay.
That's again, I'm no dog in the fight.
No, no, absolutely no dog.
I didn't do it.
Woody in the corner. That's it.
Hey,
That's all it is.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
And you can choose any of these. So if
The
that helps.
I like this one for
Okay.
you.
It's second on the list. This next on the list, but I
Okay.
like it. The concept
Of the multiverse, I imagine you mean specifically in movies and television, like we've
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say overrated for sure. The multiverse is so overdone. It's an idea that seems cool on paper. It just never is. It's so hard to do. It's so hard to do, and I think it's just not that cool, to be honest.
Do you think it makes for safe storytelling,
No,
or do you think it makes telling a good story impossible?
it makes it risky and impossible. There are just so many issues with it. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things. Like, you would have to spend so much time figuring out every little plot potential like detail with it, and
That's
it's just like
the
it just
issue.
doesn't make sense.
That's the issue.
It just
is
doesn't make
is
sense.
is in the greater concept of a multiverse, you have like on any given day you could message Henry Cavill and be like, hey, you want to come play Superman, and he could say yes, and you could just
Yeah.
have Henry Cavill back
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Superman. But on the other hand, you know, like that opens up the possibilities of a million Superman
Mm-hmm.
stories, and then it's almost like if there's a million good Superman stories, there's no perfect one to tell,
Right.
And there's just always a lack of satisfaction.
Yeah. And like, why is it that like we act like the multiverse only begins at a specific point? Like that's what it feels like. It's like they go up to the year 2000 and then the multiverse happened.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I do.
Every character was the same and then this one universe duplicated a bunch of times and then we
Right.
see what happens from there. That's
Right.
what it feels like.
Right.
Because it's like it wouldn't make any sense at all for like characters are going to get married to different people. Different, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just going to compound and compound and compound for so long that like it just makes no sense.
That was the one thing I loved about the Flash movie when they did that. I don't know if you ever saw the Flash movie.
No, the
Dude,
2023 one?
Yeah, at the end,
Yeah,
the
no.
Flash resets the multiverse and he brings it back to one streamlined universe timeline. And at the end, he gets a call from Batman, and he thinks it's Ben Affleck's Batman. The limo pulls up to the curb, and the door opens, and it's George Clooney as Bruce Wayne from the 90s.
Oh, really?
And everyone hated that.
Yeah.
Dude, I almost got out of my chair and just started cheering. I hate that movie. But that was such a tastefully done
Yeah.
multiversal thing. That was so fun.
Okay.
Like the movie was so atrocious.
Just that
and
it
then
didn't go
George
perfectly.
Clooney just appeared, and I was like, of course he is
Yeah,
in this movie.
yeah.
Like of course in a dumpster fire like this, George Clooney's here.
That's cool.
That's how I think the multiverse should be taken. Like not too seriously, unless it's like a doomsday
Okay.
spectacle.
I like that.
All right,
I
you're
like
up.
that.
Okay, overrated or underrated? Tom Cruise.
Underrated. I'm confident he's underrated.
Okay.
And I'm not even. I answered that quick, like I gave that thought. Underrated. I think that so many people are like knocking him down several notches just because of the Scientology thing, negating that he's like literally the bravest dude who's ever taken up acting ever. Like the things that he's doing as an actor will probably never be replicated and had never been done before. And people are again. I'm saying this as I'm a man of faith myself. We both are, but like I'm saying. In this specific instance, the talent is so predominant that like I feel like we can separate some of the weird stuff to just enjoy the line of work. Like Top Gun Maverick is one of my favorite movies ever, and I'm not about to let his weird thing that he's got on the side keep me from enjoying a
about
movie like
actor.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
Almost everything, and I think this is where people mix it up, is like it's about what it is, not like the person outside of it.
Exactly.
Right? I
Exactly.
get why you might not want to have him back again, but like
Of course.
you can't ignore the body of work.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. All right, Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. Overrated, properly rated, or underrated?
Underrated.
Underrated.
That's
Really?
I don't even know if I believe that, but to people that aren't superhero fans, I think it really is underrated.
Yeah?
I've talked to a bunch of people that don't really love superhero stuff, and they always act like those movies are way overblown. And I think people miss the point, the fact that everything built to it, and
Yeah.
like it just means so much to people that have been there. And I get the argument like you shouldn't have to have seen a bunch of other stuff to be able to get to a destination, but like that's the point for this.
Yeah.
Like that's the point of this franchise. Like I get if you don't want to do that, sure, but like it's
that's just what we've been-
just
we
so
have to.
good. It's so good, man.
Right.
And I'll defend that to my death. So,
I'll never understand the Endgame hate.
There you go.
that's it.
We solved all the world's problems.
Yeah, that's it.
And this was the biggest episode
Episode yet.
The biggest episode yet. Longest episode yet.
Longest episode yet.
Probably a two-parter.
Yeah.
We'll try and edit this and get this out. You feeling good about it?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Feel good? Any undiscussed any thoughts?
No, just if you are still watching, we appreciate so much of the support, but we would love anybody can subscribe, follow. Anything helps us out so much. There's a bunch of things we want to be able to do with the channel that having those higher numbers allows us to do. Like even things just unlocking certain things on YouTube, for instance. So if anybody could subscribe, and goes a long way and helps us.
Yeah, and I don't feel we're doing this to just do it.
No.
Like, as the audience for it has grown, I really feel like you and I thrive off of, like, the feedback that we get from these listeners. Like, we love the people that listen to the pod. Whether it be the shorts or the full thing or whatever. We love hearing from you guys and what you want to hear us talk about. So if there's any topics or any questions or ideas for things to discuss or movies even that we should react to and talk about on the pod or debate about, have us do that because we're looking, especially while we're waiting for the year of 26 with all the movies coming out. We're looking for content. So yeah, and we just are so grateful for all the support that we've gotten so far.
Definitely.
It's very exciting.
Definitely. And as always, if you pump people's tires enough, you might end up on a red carpet one day.
That might be my favorite.